Greetings, it is I, Susie Q. All natural except for my lipstick. Anyway, I was just kind of inspired by all of the energy that's moving. And, like, for example, I'm here in Arizona and the wind is swirling around, and there's all these kind of feelings and things that are showing up, as that energy is moving so swiftly. We know that there's a lot of things that are possibly assisting us. So sometimes we think, oh, well, that swirling energy is just too magnetic or too highly charged, is we really get to look at it and go, I wonder what part of me is receiving some of that energy that'll boost up my beautiful sense of presence and my beautiful sense of boosting up the wellness of the body and the healing of the body. So when we kind of look at the energies, and like even today, I took 2 walks, I do like 10,000 steps a day. And I do my best to do that, right? But it was like super windy and lots of movement, lots of sounds and sensations, and just really looking at the trees as they're moving and they're going in flow with all of that beautiful breath of that wind and that energy. And then also kind of looking around that even here in Arizona, it's kind of like got a lot of sand here or dirt, or it's like it's the desert, so we're getting all of these kind of other indicators that there's more to come. There's way more to come. And so when we look at these energies, you could look at the astrological events, you could look at the cosmological events, or you could just look at, here I am, now what? So I'm sitting in a sea of juicy, juicy energy. And so like even for a couple days, I was kind of on a low vibe, not necessarily a bad vibe, but just needing more rest. And so when we kind of look at it and we just kind of go, okay, I'm going to lean into the presence of what the energies are suggesting. And so yesterday was kind of like a restful day. Kind of boring. Kind of boring. I kind of like doing more things, but I'm super excited just to be in the presence of the beautiful, lovely ones that are watching these videos. And so we're going to go a little bit more into that sense of loving thyself. So even this morning, I had a beautiful divine friend who needed a prayer or kind of a blessing. And so when we kind of look at that, and I had another phone call today with another person who was kind of struggling with some things. And so, it's kind of like a reflection, for us when another person is kind of leaning in and wanting to share. So we know that there was times where I was like that. Like right now, I'm pretty okay, right? I'm like kind of feeling groovy, right? But it's really nice when we can kind of, take a look at another person who may be struggling or maybe having some things that are going on that are kind of maybe disturbing their energy field or their beautiful vibration or frequencies. Is we can just kind of lean in and see what we can do to be of assist. So today we're going to do a little bit of an activation. I never know exactly what I'm going to do on these videos, but it seems like there's going to be an activation. So we're going to go ahead and get that churning right now. So with all of the energies that are moving and super profound and big and juicy, and some of them are kind of like a little bit chaotic, but we're moving into that beautiful breath of life that as we move through the energies of all of the different kinds of consciousness and all the kinds of different frequencies and vibrations that are moving about, is that we're going to be just kind of broadcasting that brilliance of light, So sometimes people are like, well, this energy is too big, or this energy is too small, is that we're still going to be activating and bringing in and broadcasting deeper radiance of light and illumination as the energies are pronouncing so much more for each one of us. And so the activation is almost clear, but we're going to do a little bit more. So for our friends and for even our own selves, as we can kind of take a look at the love of self, that love of the presence that we are and that our beautiful friends are, that loving of self, and also really activating that ability to heal thyself, So even with the energies that are so kind of interesting and kind of, I don't know, they're kind of everywhere, right? Is that we notice that we can go in and do a little bit of work with the energies to assist with the body as the body may be shifting with the energies or the frequencies. And some of the energies, are going to be perfect, and some of them are going to be, creating a little bit of a disturbance in the field. So we're going to go ahead and release some of that energy now. So we're moving the different direction here with that, just clearing any kind of energies that are, kind of not super perfect or not super beneficial. So we're going to clear that right now as we're doing this activation. Now the activation is going back up again because we did kind of do a clearing there. So anything that you're working with, that you're creating, and that you're loving, and that you're experiencing, even like over here, we do a lot of juicing, we do a lot of vegetarian things, and so those kind of frequencies are really, really spectacular. But whatever it is that you're creating in your own juicy field, is it's, just kind of notice if it's, really feeling like a real yes. If you're really getting some awarenesses of things that are coming in for you, is it a yes or no? And a lot of times we might gauge it's a no, but then we're like, oh, kind of want to do it anyway. Well, you can continue to do something, even though maybe your subconscious or your higher self or your soul aspect might have said do something different, but there might be something there for you to learn and to grow into, right? So it's super fun. Okay, so I think the activation is done. Boom, 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 shakalaka, boom, 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 boom. So, energy is simply a matter of kind of awareness with your consciousness. It just, some people like will relate to, like big energy. Like there's just a lot of wind here today. So I'm like feeling all that energy and it feels kind of awesome. And what's interesting too, for sometimes we might be feeling like we need to rest, but then I've been doing all this green tea, green tea. I'm all green teed out today. But I noticed today that that green tea was helping me. So you might start noticing with the energy some of the things that might work for you. Maybe more a plant-based experience, or maybe more meditation, or maybe taking a walk out in the sunshine, maybe going out and seeing friends, maybe making some phone calls with some friends, just really kind of looking up at the sky and acknowledging. Like even this morning when I went out, it was so fantastic because I went out and I saw this cloud and it looked like a dragon in the sky, So I was looking out the window. I was like, is that a dragon in the sky? And then I took a picture of it and it kind of feels a little bit like a dragon, but I'm just like noticing. I'm noticing what I'm noticing. And so today I did a couple of walks and I got to see all kinds of, people with strollers and babies and cats and dogs and all of that, and that beautiful connection with one another, even if it's just a hello or good morning or good afternoon. All of these things are going to be illuminating more goodness in your field as the energies are boom, they're super big, right? It's like bam, 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 so it's really, really fun when we kind of look around, see what can we do different. Today I did some housekeeping. I did some housekeeping. Oh my God. Even that, clearing some things in the space or putting some things away that have been sitting around, we just start noticing that we're feeling a little bit more uplifted when we start, moving forward, doing something different, making a phone call, seeing a friend, saying hi to the cats down the street, and then, just experiencing so many beautiful things. But the simplicity of this is with the energies that are big, 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 is that we can do some things to offset anything that might be a little bit out of alignment with our own beautiful breath of life, our beautiful biological apparatus, the body. And so what I would suggest for today is just take a look around and see the goodness that's in your fields. Look at the love, all the love, people that love you so much, and look at that laughter too. Like even I've been listening to a lot of music, kind of crazy music, and it just makes me smile. It just is like, it's kind of like rock and roll or heavy metal or or maybe some other things. Oops, there's my phone. I'm just going to turn that off here real quick. But when we look at that, when we look at some other things that we can do that are going to be really uplifting our consciousness and bringing in more joy and more sense of presence and more sense of, I love myself just as I am and all my beauty and magnificence, even if the energies are big. And even with that, I'm gaining more insights with my body, looking at all of the different energy fields that are coming in, all of the energies that are moving throughout the body. And I'm just asking my subconscious to just bring in this sense of clearing at the earliest onset of my awareness of something that's coming in that's strange or different that I don't really need. I'm asking my subconscious right now, anything that's showing up in my field, like for example, I have in my thoracic area, I've got like a little something right there. So we're going to ask that subconscious, can you please clear that? And then, when we do that, when we ask a question of clearing some of the energy, we just let it be. We let it be, let it be. I don't know, let it be. We just let it be. And then we start noticing maybe after we start moving a little bit, because movement is really important as the energies are really, really big. You got to keep moving. You got to keep on trucking. But with that subconscious piece, when something starts coming in through our beautiful perceptions or awarenesses of the body, is we want at the earliest onset for that subconscious or that soul aspect to start clearing for us. Broadcasting light, broadcasting love, broadcasting a healing journey, or broadcasting light or radiation, not radiation, but radiating light. We want to radiate that beautiful light into our beautiful system. So, this has been a super fun conversation. I had no idea what I was actually going to say. I put just lipstick on today. I'm pretty natural. Super fun. Anyway, but for you, whatever you're doing, just notice what you're noticing. Notice it a little bit more, and then notice it one more time. The more that you start noticing and having keener awareness of what's really in your field, is you got to go a few times, go deep, and then go a little bit deeper, and then boom, you may be getting more insights. And so with that, with the beautiful energy, some people say it's good, it's bad, it's whatever. It's just pure energy. All of us are just pure energy, right? So we have to love our pure energy. We have to love the essence of the energy beings that we are. So I guess that's it. So have a great day. And whatever you're doing, just really expand your beautiful breath of life through the joyous elation that you have, or that beautiful, joyous quietude that you have, or find the pleasure and the goodness and the love of self and others, and just really kind of lean into that. And then notice what happens when you start kind of like bringing in that beautiful breath of life and that beautiful prana and life force energy. It's super powerful. I think for me, the biggest thing is go out in nature. It just brings us back to who we are. And the essence of who we are is when we're out in nature. So sending you so much love, and namaste.